Right, shalom, shalom. We the Israelites coming out here day in, day out. Prophesy the downfall of America, which is modern day Babylon, spiritual Egypt and Sodom. You know? And the uprising of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans of the elect all across the world. We always say, OK-LA-Homa. That's how willing we be. So we're going to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Qadash. Rawchaa, Yahawashi, double arms to Apostle, Bishop, Great Millstone. That's how it takes you to brother teacher for make sure people like outside will. And a short time to elect, take with time to elect what is being done to a contrite spirit. Return it back to the Most High, extend the help for elect, shalom, blessing. We're just going to get right into it. Who is Edom, man? Edom. You know? Say, who is Edom? Yeah. Oh, it's like, I thought you said. Yeah, shalom to the brothers and sisters on the coming board. Shalom. GMS in his likeness. All right, Genesis to the God. Yeah. We're going to try to, because we know the basic story, so we're going to have to read through it fairly quickly and just get to some points and then whatever the Most High will, the topic, subject, whatever. All right, this is Genesis, chapter 25. We're gonna start at verse 20. Verse 23, and it reads, "And the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb." Yeah, I mean, if you know the story, it was a Rebecca, Isaac's wife, and inquired of the Lord what that means about her belly, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much trouble, you know? And this is what the response was. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Oh, yeah, and we already know who Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is. That's a lineage of the Israelites, you know, that was given the promises. So this is Isaac, son of Abraham, having his son, his twins, in Rebecca's womb. So the first said, he said, what of the two nations are in that womb. So from these two children, two nations are going to be born. You know? And it's going to explain what these nations mean. Go ahead. And one people shall be stronger than the other people. One people is stronger than, and that's proven on the earth. That's scientifically, mentally, spiritually proven. Whereas through the scriptures, spiritually proven, but they don't, you know, they don't believe in spirituality. So, but we definitely, it's definitely proven upon this earth in the public of men, from you know, in the eyes of men and women that Jake is stronger, and he's, you know, he's what did it say? One people shall be stronger than other, and he's strong mentally and physically. Go ahead.
And Shaquan, if I may, you know, when you go into the word pale, right? It means weak, fragile. When you go into that word pale, because you know the Indians, they was the Native Americans were the first one to call them pale face.
And the elders shall serve the younger. The elders shall serve the, who is the elder? Esau. He's going to serve the younger, which is Jacob. So you got to remember that. And then also that the elder is supposed to get the birthright. You know, first of everything of his father. You know, the throne, whatever, happy kingdom. But, yeah. So is that it? You know, it goes into, you know, when it says how he came out. Okay. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered, when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold. Okay, that's an important point. Going back to Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And it reads, and the children struggled together within her.
Yeah, struggle is another word for war. So these children are always going to be warring together. Even so, remember that they nation. So this nation is always going to be warring against the other nation. Go ahead.
And she said,
Go ahead.
she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Yeah, and then that's when the Lord said 2 nations are in that room. So they were struggling. She said, why am I thus? Go to where the children were actually born. Go ahead.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. You know, we went into 23, back to 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Don't say that's not possible, because what it say about us, one should bring about a nation. So
and you know, a lot of the churches, they don't understand that. You know, they don't believe in reincarnation, so it don't make sense to them. They can't see it through the spirit that these are the descendants of Cain. You know, these are the progenitors, which is like, you know, they're the start of that birthright. They're the start of that family. You know, and Esau was to carry on, you know, what Cain did in the earth, wickedness.
we don't get that.
Verse 25, and the first came out red.
Wait, oh, there ain't no purple people on earth. There ain't no yellow people. That rainbow shit is made up, man. It's brown, melanated people from light skin to dark skin to light skin. Even some, according to going back to Israel, you know, it looked like a so-called white man, but you know about their spirit. So it's only a red man, and that word red, they say it's a dama. It don't mean the dama. Adamam, which is Edom. Edom is Adamam, not Adama. Adama is from the ground. Edom is red. Adam came from the ground, but this man, he came from the womb of a woman. He didn't come from the ground. And the ground is brown. No, it's not red. It's not blood red. Go ahead. So they only and you know that because, well, one indication is that they put it on the Native American. So Native Americans said they were the red people. OK-LA-Homa means red people. But how did they get this land? By murdering bloody red. Murder.
You gotta remember, OK-LA-Homa is still named after Edomite. You know, the Native American, the Qadash thing called a place OK-LA-Homa. That was named after Esau. You know? And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment.
Like an hairy garment, because they used to have garments, you know, that they wear of animal skin, you know. Hey, John had camel's hair. Yeah. So you had, you know, animal skin, fur, dye, you know. So it was related to his skin. Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
Esau means wasted away. Wait, I shot, wasted away at sea. And it says that in Malachi that he's wasted away because his pigmentation. And Most High showed an example of that with Miriam, showed an example of that with Moses. You know, who was that other one? Showed an example of those things. They taught leprosy was, you know, the formation of the limbs. But when you go back and you read about Miriam, it says lepers as snow. Lepers white as snow. Same thing with Moses. Put his hand in the bosom, take it back out, and it became lepers white as snow. So it's not deformity of limbs.
Like just like he said, when you look up that word red, and you go to the root word, like you said, it's Adawam, and it literally says to show blood forth from the face. No picking. Yeah, that's what it says.
And we've said that many times, you know, Esau get embarrassed, he get hit, you know, he get angry, he turns red.
Yep.
Yeah, that latest movie, Incredible Hulk and shit.
Yeah.
You know, when he used to be green, but they made him red because that's his true anger.
Yep.
Esau's true anger is red.
You got to think about it. The Lord told the serpent he was going to separate
thy seed from her seed. And when you look at Revelation 12, it talks about the woman Israel. So this is how he separated us from them, you know, through this prophecy. Verse 26, and after that came his brother out,
his brother,
and his hand took hold on Esau's.
And who was his brother? Jacob. You know, what is Jacob? Consists of 12 tribes of Israel. What is Jacob? Yahawah, prince of the power. What does it say about, you know, Psalms 83? They should make a confederacy, all these nations, so they will have Israel no longer in their remembrance. And look at who's against us. Everybody. You know, everybody on that list of nations. So they don't want us to know we the prince of power. That's what Jacob means. You know, 12 tribes of Israel. And it's in Jake's spirit. That's why when he's in the ghetto, he gotta have gold rim. He gotta have a gold chain. You know, he gotta do his macadocious rap on these females because he's a prince. You know? Go ahead.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Yep, that's symbolic of pulling him out of power. You know, because it says Esau is the people of Jacob beginning to follow, so it's going to be like, you know, pulling him out. We come down, we go up. You know, and it said they got a saying called the black man's hell is the white man's heaven. Why do you think those concepts are out there? Even by the common Jake. Common Jacob means Yaquab in Hebrew. It means Jack. What do you think Jake be doing? Jacking out here, man. And he don't even know what Jack means, but he still use that term. Yeah, that means supplant. Go ahead.
And his name was called Jacob.
Yep.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Yep. We could jump to where he actually alluded to Jacob sold his birthright. I mean, when Esau sold his birthright to Jacob.
This is going down to Genesis chapter 35, verse 32. And it reads, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
Go up.
Going up to
Well, we can go through the story, man. You can read it quick.
verse 20, back to verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Boys grew, and Esau. Have you ever seen a Moab magazine, East Indian magazine, African magazine with hunting? Have you ever seen Arab hunting magazine? If you go back to Nimrod, it mentioned that he was a mighty hunter. It don't mention that he was a cunning hunter, and he was a Canaanite. That don't got nothing to do with this Esau right here. And then if you look at the hunting magazine, they got a deer. One of his most prime catch is the deer, and that's Esau's. What he was bringing home to Isaac, venison. That's deer. So they still got that spirit in them today. You know. So they boys grew. He became a hunting hunter. Go ahead, and so they even with the cavemen, they got him in the hunting clothing, and he got a rock and a, you know what I'm saying? Because and you think about a cunning hunter. Well, when you think about hunting, you think about the wild. You out there. You know what I'm saying? David, he slew Goliath with a sling, stone, but he wasn't. He was a sheep herder, man. So that's not in our nature to be that hunting like Esau, man. We supposed to be going where people bring. They was bringing Isaac venison, man. These nations gonna bring their stuff to us, not the other way around.
a man of the field.
Get that scripture where it says the field is the world, right quick. He's the man of the field. When you don't get that scripture where the field is the world, that means he's a man of the world. around conquering. He goes around, what do you call it, colonizing. He'll just murder, take over the land like he did America. You know, like he did over there in Mexico.
Yep, he stabilized the country and then put his own stuff in.
Yep, like he did all the South Americans and all that. You know, Christopher Columbus voyage, man of the world, man. You got that up?
Matthew 13.
Pick up a little bit, it's still windy.
GMS version, Shalom. Brothers, coming verse of the one.
Okay, here. It's Matthew 13, verse 38. The field is the world.
The field is the world. That's why you got to go precept on precept, here a little, there a little. Line upon line, here a little, there a little. Nobody would have put that together. The churches would have put that together. They would have thought it was just a field. No, the field is the world. So that's how he tries to do. He dominates. He democratizes. He put things into law. You know, he set up some kind of political party in those countries. He invades. You know. Go ahead.
It says, the field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
Yep. That's what we're the children of the kingdom in the world. The world was made for our sake. Go ahead and go back. That was the point. Yeah.
And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Oh, that rings a bell. Tents of the Gadites, North American Indian, so-called North American Indian. That rings a bell. You being plain. Jake don't need much. Jake have a party. That's why you have house parties. Houses are tents. We don't need to go out there and vacation all around the world. Now it says a man well traveled, you know what I'm saying? But we always come home. What does it say? Esau don't stay at home. He's out there in the world and shit, man. Issachar, so-called Mexicans, they out there and doing their Corona parties right in the backyard or front yard. So we plain men. You know? Or Jake just say, just make it plain, man. Like, just tell me what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know? Esau is just like, want to play games and riddles and shit. Go ahead.
And Isaac loved Esau
Isaac loved Esau because, go ahead.
because he did eat of his venison.
Yeah, that's the deer. Deer meat. That's why he loved him, because he ate of his venison. Man, you know? He's counting on that venison, man. And he said, and Isaac probably said, hey, I want it well done. Esau was probably eating it raw. He was like, no, I want it well done. You know how we ask for our meat when we go to the restaurant? Like, hey, make it well done. And then it's still a little blood, like, nah, I said, well, you be mad, man. I said, well done. Jake didn't read the scriptures and do that. It's in his nature. It said in the Deuteronomy where it says, don't eat anything of the blood. That's why it says even in Passover, the meat, you roast the meat. There ain't no raw meat in Passover. So that's his bloodthirsty nature, you know, eating raw meat, raw kill, roadkill. You know, the bloodthirsty is in his blood. It's in his nature. You got that?
This is Leviticus chapter 17, verse 10. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel,
Of the house of Israel, all these nations can do whatever. You know, they don't have. Most High gave Israel the law. They can eat roadkill. They can do a lot of stuff. Hey, see what all they do? They ain't no near close to the dietary law. You know, they eat all kinds of rats, cats, dogs, rabbits. You know, eat shit. Tigers and bears and shit. Raccoons and shit. Oh, that's unlawful, man. Jake didn't naturally used to eat that shit. The only thing he got hung up on is slime, but now he's doing all that Esau shit.
Said, and whatsoever man that be of the house of Israel or of the strangers that sojourn among them that eateth any manner of blood.
Is that some kind of witchcraft? That's normal. Our people ask stuff well done. How are we the crazy guys? You know? Like apostles and elders have said, there's a lot of people do things naturally as a Jew. You know?
Just like in the garden when Adam knew when he was going off. Scriptures weren't written yet. We just naturally know what's right and what's wrong. Man. He said he made man upright.
You know, Jake got that saying, I can feel in my spirit ain't right. This ain't right. You know? Go ahead. Oh, they know they doing wrong with adultery because so a man hides in the closet and shit. And his spirit was, he wouldn't even be hiding. He'd be like, yeah, I did your wife.
Yeah.
But Jacob's getting wicked like that too.
Yeah, he is.
You know? But he got a judgment for that. Go ahead.
I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood and will cut him off from among his people.
Cut him off from among his people. So that, you know, those are very serious laws. Most High want to get it into your mind. That's why he said, remember the law. You want to get into your mind where it becomes natural. The law's supposed to be natural. And then you can get the spiritual things, the spiritual meat. But yeah, Yahawashi said, I can understand spiritual things. You can't understand natural things. You got to get the natural down right. Now we understand the dietary laws, and now we can apply them to these nations, the food of these spiritual nations that's bad for them, poison for them. The doctrines. Oh,
Back to Genesis chapter 25 verse 28. But Rebecca loved Jacob.
Rebecca loved Jacob. That's another characteristic. Mama, boy, you know. Now see, but Israel is getting waxing worse and shit. Back then, black women loved their children. Man. Now they, you know what I'm saying? It's a confused spirit, perverse spirit of it, that they do crazy things even to their own children. Go ahead.
And it reads, and Jacob sod pottage.
He saw pottage, and then they say, well, that's lentils. That ain't. Hey, when you eat pottage, you put meat in there, especially if you're a so-called black man. You know, and we're gonna read that where it says in the Hebrews. Okay, go ahead.
And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
He was faint, just like he got that attitude now. He got that spirit now. Oh shit, we gotta hurry up. We gotta make everything fast. Microwave everything. We can't, you know, I can't wait till the stuff grow out the ground. I gotta GMO it. I gotta, you know, I gotta put it in the lab or something. I don't want to follow the natural ways that humans being born. I just want to have them born as fucking robots or AI stuff. You know, I want to be able to where we can make babies hair the way they want, the eye color and all that.
That's how they do their music too, everything, man. You know, trying to use that heavy metal. That's why you got the people who make that heavy metal music. It don't take them long to make an album. All they do is scream for 2 hours. The album does.
They got to think. They got to have maybe 2 years. Why ain't you came out with your album? Nah, shit. You know, I'm just trying to feel the vibe of things. You know,
Jake actually trying to say something you can understand it. You saw what to put enchantments on you. How you out here discombobulated, man. Not really thinking clearly.
Yeah, that called 9-inch nails and shit. Nails down the chalkboard. Go ahead.
So he was faint. And Esau, verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
With that same red pottage. Esau, Jacob said, hold on, I haven't finished cooking it yet. Because that's a significant with faint. Because if he would have waited, that means he could have waited till the food got done. But
said, with that same red pottage. Go ahead.
Therefore was his name called Edom.
His name was called Edom, man. That means red. Edom means red.
That's how they like they food. Yeah. You know, well, medium well, rare.
Yeah. Blood, they say bloody sometimes. Go to
Ezekiel, what it say? Since thou
get Hebrews right quick. 12, I think it's 12 and 16.
Yep.
12 and 16. We'll see what it was. See, that's a mystery that Most High hid from the people that he didn't want to find out.
That's why they don't want to deal with the book of Hebrews, because it ties in, to the prophecy.
Hebrews 12 and 15. Yeah. Looking diligently, lest any man fail. Lest any man fail. Okay, yeah. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornication or fornicator or profane person.
Communication with these
man. Yeah.
Perverse spirit and witchcraft, perverse spirit and sexuality.
Yeah.
Fornication all over the place. You got an orgy, palace and shit, dudes helping and all that. But you just really he can have many women as far as I know.
Yeah.
All that other shit, but that's lawful.
Yeah, that's lawful. He can have a bunch of women. You never know. He could have just been playing checker with them hoes or something.
Probably was a Jake.
Yeah, he might have been a Jake. Who knows? But whatever. Who knows? We'll find out when we get there. If he in the chain, we don't know who he is then.
As Esau.
As Esau. Esau is Edom. They're the same people.
Just like Saquon always say, that word profane, it means outside the temple. They he said profane. Yeah, he said
okay.
No, you good. That's the only way I do it. Mentioning that one day, I always remember it like that now.
So that means, that also means profanity ain't what they think it is. Like cussing and all that. That's what it is. Measured outside the temple.
Yeah, because a real curse is like how Elisha did with the 42 children. They put them she bears on them, they tore their ass up. That's a curse.
A curse is the chariots over and over this place.
Yeah.
Profanity is what you breaking down the scripture from.
Yeah.
That's what profanity is.
Because it's outside the temple.
Okay, so it says,
because example of that too is Moses said, I'm a profane lips, meaning I wouldn't understand how to break something. So,
he showed him how to do it. He said he'll put the words in his mouth. And that's why, we pray Yahawashi, he's doing that with us. Because once you start breaking these scriptures down wrong, you put you in trouble with the Heavenly Father.
yeah, all you false, all you camps that bear false, we're going to be able to rebuke you again soon. Yes, I will.
Not today.
Go ahead.
all right, it said, as Esau.
As Esau, the father of the Edomites.
This thing took me. Smart. As Esau for one morsel.
No, Esau who saw. That's what he's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
For one morsel
That's what I was waiting for. Who? Go ahead.
of meat sold his birthright.
A morsel of meat sold his birthright. They showed you in Matrix. And he said ignorance is bliss. He ate that red meat. They know what it is.
Yep, and they have to be disciples, bald head, eating my ass. just to let you know, that's the story of Esau, man.
Was that it on that? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
It says, verse 17, for ye know how that
Afterwards,
when he would have inherited the blessing,
in the latter end, it said when he considered when he had inherited the blessing, he would have afterwards. Go ahead, because he was the firstborn child.
he was rejected.
He was rejected.
For he,
That means. Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead.
for he found no place of repentance.
He found no place of repentance. He already got blessed by Isaac, by the dwelling of fatness of the earth, and live by the sword. So he trying to get his cake and eat it too, man. He's trying to get two blessings and shit, yo. He's trying to get the birthright, but you know what he's doing? He's building a new order to get that digital birthright and build a kingdom. And since he can't get the kingdom coming to Jacob, he's gonna try to get his own carnal kingdom.
Yep.
But it ain't gonna work.
Yep. He's trying to make an artificial birth right now because he don't got one.
Yeah.
He was rejected.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Because remember, he cried unto Isaac, don't you have one blessing for me, oh Father? Isaac had already blessed Jacob. He said he will be blessed. He said you will serve your brother. Do you have one? And you got that carnal blessing, which is what is he doing right now? With the sword too. If anybody doesn't want to comply with his rulership, he's gonna bomb him. He's gonna put him in jail. He's gonna ban him. He's gonna give tariffs on him. He's gonna sanction him. You know? Go ahead.
This is back to Genesis chapter 25, verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, go ahead, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage.
Like, look at my brother coming back. I wanted to get the story.
For I am faint. No, it's coming up. For I am faint. For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
He was faint, wasted away, red. You know? Blood showed through his translucent skin. It's wasted away.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
But you know what they do in Africa? Albinos, they try to kill them so that they have a protection unit for to take the albinos to these Africans to kill them. So that was a thing back then among melanated nations. You know, go ahead.
And it reads verse 31, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
Hey, he said, sell me today this birthright. He already had the birthright because he's the oldest son. But Jacob said, hey, sell it to me. Go ahead.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what shall this birthright do to me? So he despised the birthright, you know?
Like he despised Most High's laws, like he despised the land. He despised the natural growth of the land and society, the natural growth of produce, the natural origin of the seed. He takes the seed out of everything. The natural growth of man with women. You know, man's supposed to be with women. You know? Okay.
Verse 33, and Jacob said, swear to me this day.
You gotta swear, and that means swear. That's what swearing was important. Like somebody track you down, take you out if you break that swear. Now it's just everybody lying, they don't care, no accountability. You know, that's why it says
the scripture say, let your yea be yea and nay be yea. You know? Don't be saying, I'm going to pay you on my, I swear I'm going to pay you on my income tax. Just say, hey, I ain't going to have it. But I'm going to try to get it, you know. Go ahead.
Swear to me this day, and he sware unto him.
He swear unto him.
And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
He sold it, man. It's over. It's out of his hands now. Change of ownership. Change of royalty. But they wasn't meant to be royal in the first place. Go ahead.
Yep, because that's what he sold the serpent, and that's them. Verse 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils.
That's what they think that's just. Go ahead.
And he did eat and drink.
Yep.
And rose up and went his way.
Yep.
Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Despised his birthright.
You know that?
That's why he got the AI thing.
And that's spiritual. He's always despised his birthright. Even when Cain was the firstborn, he tried to give Lord fruit as an offering.
Yep.
And the Lord don't accept that, man. So that means he despised the birthright because he knew what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
But he wanted to keep it for himself. He wanted to keep that carnal, you know, the first of his flock. He didn't want to give it up.
And this is feeding the sheep is part of our birthright. The birthright that we got. You know? Because if we don't do this, then the Most High, you know, won't give us that reward of that royalty.
We swore unto the Lord to do this. So, you know, this is the only way that, you know, we can receive it like he said, and it's our reasonable service.
Yeah. That's what it say. Most of them that lost patience. Most of them that become faint-hearted. Esau got faint-hearted. He's like, he gave in. But you know, like apostles say, you know, apostles of Christ said, GMS keep pushing. So it's like, you in the faith. God, you keep pushing. He could have said, you know, so just chill, let me use this to reflect on that and you know, pray to the Most High. He didn't say that. You know? He didn't even have to sell it. He could have just said, hey, but he knew in his heart he was wicked. He hated Jacob. He wasn't going to ask for it because he knew that, you know, and his heart wasn't right. Just like he said, you know, he waited for Isaac. He said, my father's at a point to pass, and I will pursue my brother too. Is that it on that? But I thought it was the where she was saying that put on the ghost skin.
Yeah,
that's why I thought it was earlier.
Nah, it's going into just like it's when you got Isaac son, I think you're gonna check it out. So I think it's
Another chapter.
yeah, it is. He is at 27, so it's a little bit early.
Pick up at the main point.
Okay, so right here. So we'll start at this is Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here am I.
Okay, so you're right. They grew up. It said his boy grew, and then Esau sold his birthright, and now Isaac is getting old, and his eyes are dim, and now this is about to happen. Go ahead.
And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take thee me some venison, like it was before. And make me savory meat, such as savory meat. Go ahead. Yep. Well done. Such as I love, and bring it to me.
So when Jacob, if he knows Esau is going to go to Isaac, why would he give him meat? Because he know that's what he got to take. Jacob said, "Yeah, I got some lentils and meat for you." Go ahead.
Such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it.
Like he always did. Go ahead.
And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, fortunately, this time Esau's eavesdropping this time saved our ass. Saved our ass on this one, in fact. This time. She had her ass on this, so the Lord made it like that. That's why you're gonna get, you're gonna be all right in the kingdom. You're gonna be straight. Verse 6.
And if I'm not mistaken, Isaac being happy, right? And Isaac and Yahawashi was going to be happy when Yahawashi delivers us.
Because ain't nobody else able to give blessings.
No. Isaac, is the last.
Oh, yeah,
Well, yeah, you're right.
We're laughing.
Right.
And our enemies.
Yeah.
We're going to be happy.
Yeah, so like you were saying, nobody's gonna be able to give blessings to a whole nation like that. That's how we know that was Yahawashi. That's a good way to look at it too. Like he was able to bless Esau and Jacob with what they got, their blessings, in the latter end.
Man, this is the whole story of what's happening in this world.
Yeah.
The nations are nobody. They in between us. They extras in the movie. It's that stars, like the Bible always say. It's the Esau and Jacob. What did the Most High say in Isaiah 40 and 15? He said he cared nothing for these nations. They less than nothing, spittle.
Yep.
So, this is the story of really Jacob and Esau and Jacob right now, right? Go ahead.
Back to verse 6. I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Verse 8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee.
Like we said, that's the time that but listen, he did it orderly because what's coming up next. Go ahead.
Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats.
What happened to Adam and Eve? Adam hearkened to Adam. Eve. Adam hearkened to Eve and he fell.
Yep.
But Jacob still got to check in. Go ahead.
Yep. And I will make them savory meat for my father, such as he loveth.
Yep.
So the Lord made it where Jake, every now and then he sent to Eve, but that's part of the prophecy. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me.
He put his father over the woman.
Yep.
So he said, hey, he's going to know, he's going to find out, because I'm not a hairy man like you said.
Jacob was plotting. That's why he thought like that. He said, I already got him the first time on the body. I don't know if I'm going to get him again. He's trying to get him. Because that's what Jacob means, supplanter. That's what you get, like he said, Jack.
And that's, and that basically goes inside. They basically the same thing, but Jacob didn't know it at that time.
Yeah.
They, the kingdom and the birthright and him supplanting and what I'm saying? It's going to say, go ahead.
Yeah, it said man's going to the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? This is supposed to happen like this. So it says, my father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver.
I don't want to deceive my
father.
Yup. But he's like, hey, Mom, I'm listening to Pops. You know what I'm saying? I got to check in with Pops first. But what did she say? Go ahead.
And I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
See?
Wow.
You don't want no curse. Yup. Go ahead.
And his mother said unto him, upon me be the curse.
Upon me. Yep. Like, that's how he knew it was serious. Oh, man, that was, this curse was serious.
Yup.
The judgment, you know what's going to happen. But she said, let it be upon me.
Yup. She said, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me there. Because Eve was trying to win too. Verse 14, and he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son.
Yeah. Esau's a hairy man. They grew up. Now, when he was young, they grew up. And, you know, that's significant with Esau being a hairy the wood boss. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They got pictures of him. The beat, they call him the beast man. You know, Neanderthals and all that. Go ahead. Bigfoot. That's
Esau. Good.
Go ahead.
Verse 16, and she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared unto the hand of her son Jacob.
And if you in the field, you hairy and it build that dirt builds up, then you got that the color, you know, if you read the nature of no color line, nature knows no color, that's how they live in the caves. They let they clothes disintegrate, they warm until they disintegrated and shit. You know? They threw their shit right outside of their window and shit. You know, and lice was in the woman's box and they hair. You know, they still got lice today. These are just facts.
That's one of the plagues of Egypt too. That's one of the plagues we've been talking about.
Hey, the Most High said he's gonna put it on them.
And
they the new Egyptians.
And it talked about all the enchanters. They could do all this stuff. They could do most of the plagues, but once they got to that point with the lice, they couldn't do it. That's when the Lord started getting in them. They couldn't match up with them curses, man. The plague. But back to and she gave savory meat. She gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, and sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son?
It takes time to hunt. You find it so quickly.
And he said, because the Lord thy power brought it to me.
So that's how you know it. How much they were dealing with the Lord. Go ahead.
And he did, you know. Verse 21, and Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. Yep. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, his voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. He said, whatever, go ahead and do it.
But he knew in the spirit, he's like,
he knew.
Yeah, something ain't right.
But you know, in a sense, you know, like I said, man's going to the Lord.
That's
How
right.
can man understand his
That's
own
right.
way? So
That's right.
the Lord set it up like that. You know, that's how he wanted. Because if it wouldn't have been like that, it wouldn't have happened. But just like I said in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, 15th verse, he said he's going to separate us, man. This is part of that separation. That's the prophecy is being fulfilled right here. So it's not like it wasn't supposed to happen. That's why it's in the book. It said all the Lord's ways are righteous, man. This is righteous what happened.
And also by him giving us the law, separated us too. That part of that, you know, what you said, just you know, add to what you what you said.
Why would Jake want to argue about this? Bro, if we didn't have this blessing, we'd be through, man. Jake should be happy. They let Barabbas out, he jacking all this kind of shit. Damn, Jake get one, two supplants, and they just hate Jake now, man. Come on, man. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." And he said,
I know he was afraid, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was terrified.
He didn't want to. It's like you get, you lie to your father, you're ashamed, you know. Jake ain't ashamed these days, man.
Just like we was watching that movie, that Den of Thieves.
Yep.
They was nervous as hell going in there trying to get their prop. So they was like, they was trying to get in that motherfucker. And he said, and of course, I can't compare that. And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, "Come near now and kiss me, my son." And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him.
He smelled the smell of a field. What it's going to say? It was the smell of a field. Go ahead.
And he said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed."
Yeah. So he blessed him, but it was Jacob that he was really blessing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Verse 28. Therefore, the Most High gave thee of the dew of heaven and of the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine.
That's the kingdom, man. That's what Jacob's going to receive. Okay.
Verse 29, let people serve thee.
Let people serve thee.
And the nations bow down to thee.
The nations bow down to thee. Because Jacob, what did he say? Jacob is going to be the beginning there that followed. Esau is the end of the world. So if Jacob beginning there that followed, after Esau, he's going to be ruling the world.
Yep.
And all these, just like these nations contribute, everything contribute to Esau. Now it's going to be the other way around.
And that correlates to him pulling that heel of Esau. That's what it is. That's the story that already before he got the blessing and he supplanted Esau, it already showed it right there when he was pulling on his apron, on his heel. So that's already showing it was going to happen.
Well, that's why our scriptures always say, "As it is written."
Yep.
Because it's been written.
It's been written.
This was from the heavens, man.
Yeah, the judgment was already set before anybody wrote anything.
Most High's the author. He already wrote this book.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And you can't change it.
Yep.
And you can't ask him to change it. Because he said, "What did Isaac?" Well, it's going to say what Isaac said. Go ahead.
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Be Lord over thy. It said, "The elder shall serve the younger." Be Lord of thy brethren. Man. Jacob is the Lord over Esau. It don't seem that way now because what happened? We got into this predicament situation because of not following the laws with the Most High. What is he doing? Saving a remnant to reestablish the kingdom. The house of David. So the nations can't say, "Oh, well, y'all had y'all's turn. Now the Most High is dealing with us." He did give these nations power, but they still not his children. You can't become Most High's children if you're not the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Go ahead.
Curse be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
And what did Esau do? He cursed us. He put us in slavery. So we don't put him in slavery. He's going to have mercy. It says, "He that leadeth captivity shall also go into captivity. He that kills with sword must be killed with sword. Patient, faith of the saints." Go ahead. Show no mercy to him that has shown no mercy.
Verse 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end to the blessing of Jacob, made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father,
Hey, that was a close one. I got the blessing. Yep. His heart probably was still bumping.
Yep.
Sweat.
That Esau, his brother, came from his hunting.
All right. About to get blessed. Go ahead. Hey, he done already got jacked. That's what Jacob mean. He got jacked. Go ahead.
And he also had savory. He also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, "Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me." But he already sold his birthright, so Jacob was just finishing out the process, basically.
Jake didn't yet know that birthright was going to be, like, we know now how the Most High said, hey, you're going to have your heart's desire. The kingdom is going to be this. You're going to have plenty. The blessings shall overtake thee. It's like we don't even know still, even in man's mind. Spirit,
that's why the prophet's always been asking, how long, Lord? When we going to get it?
Ready.
Let's go. But he had to have mercy on the wicked, so he let them rule and let them do their thing. Their time almost up, man.
It's a spiritual blessing also. It's like apostles always say, powers, immortality. Because a prince can live on the earth and he can be rich with gold and silver. But a prince with immortality, when you have spiritual powers, that's different. I mean, it's going to the same, but it's a greater power.
Right? And Isaac said, Isaac his father said unto him, "Who art thou?" And he said,
"Who art thou, man? Who are you?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And he said, "I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau."
Now, even with the respect of, I just want to mention that respect of Jacob when he approached Isaac, he didn't just run up on him and shit. That's why he said, "Come here near and see if you smell like my very son Esau." So that means they have respect for the father. You know, you don't just give your father space. You don't just run up to him and shit. You know? Go ahead.
And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, "Who?"
He's like, "Oh man, I thought you just came in on some what do you call it? On some they clone Tyrone shit."
Oh God!
I just saw you dying shit out there. Knocking on the door.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
God, yep.
It's like almost hearing like somebody a glitch or something.
Yeah.
What the hell? Go ahead.
Whereas he that have taken venison and brought it meat, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him.
So you know what? Most I had Esau scrambling out there. That probably was his longest hunting day. Most I kept him out there.
Most I kept his ass out there.
Where Isaac finished.
Jacob would be long ass gone by the time we got him over there. Yea, and he shall be blessed.
He shall be blessed. There ain't no way around it. I can't get the blessing. That's how you know.
Basically told Esau, you grew.
What is that?
Be like money, like Yahawashi Shalom's brothers on the
what is that? Romans 11 chapter. They said he repented not of the blessings or the gifts. Roughly paraphrase.
Yeah.
That he gave to Israel. Something along those lines. Romans 11 chapter. It's going into going into the branches and
all the branches.
when you go down, when you go down into that, that chapter, I believe that was in that chapter.
Back to And when he heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. He cried with a bitter cry, man. Let me go back a little bit slower. Verse 34, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
Yeah, and we just read in Hebrews where it said, though he cried, saw the company with tears, he was rejected. He found no place for repentance. Yeah. So he did, but go ahead. After he cried and bitterly cried, because that's how Esau is. He's spoiled. Hey, he don't get an allowance. He's ready to kill his parents, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get a play toy, what's one of the latest games out there?
Crazy little old boy.
Yeah. A new game for his box. He would slaughter his mother and father, man.
Crazy little ass.
And look, he was like, you know, he was bitter. That's what America is. He was bitter. Go ahead.
Back and he said unto his father, bless me even so, O my father.
Even so, oh my father,
And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing.
yeah.
Right? Verse 36. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob?
What does Jacob mean? So plant. You know, Jack is still so-called stealing. But did he steal the birthright?
That was given to him. That was sold.
He sold it into him.
Yeah, he sold that.
For more so.
So we ain't jacked that.
Go ahead. And that's what Jake still got in his spirit, that hustle mentality. Yeah, I got to hustle to take over. You know what I'm saying? Because the company, they taking my money out of my bank. I mean, you know, whatever.
Like Elder Makala was saying, get your hustle on.
Yeah.
Your hustle on,
side
Jake.
hustles.
Yeah.
That's Jake. That's the planting. Go ahead. And you go into a grocery store, ain't nothing but mostly food in there, and Esau think he's stealing grapes and shit. Like, what the fuck is grapes, man? But then they say in the scriptures, have he stolen the grapes? But he steals some grapes, but we haven't had enough. He's the grape stealer, the land stealer. You know, what it say, John 10:10, he come to not but to steal. Then he come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. Go ahead.
So and said, is he not rightly named Jacob?
Well, now Esau want to get right. He want to say rightly. He rightly come. He want to get churchy now. And he rightly called Jacob. Go ahead.
Fuck out of here. For he has supplanted me these 2 times.
Yep. These 2 times, no. So every way you sold your birthright.
He said, what is God good for you?
Yep.
I said, all right, cool. Give it over. Here's this. He took away my birthright. And
He's
yeah, like you crying and stuff. It's just like if somebody came to you and they try to be like, what am I gonna do with this Lambo? Try to sell it to you for $5, you gonna tell them, oh, this is all the good benefits to the Lambo. No, you gonna sell that, you gonna trade that shit. You know what I'm saying? The hell? It ain't our fault that you a bad salesman. That ain't our fault that you dumb. So he took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing.
Now he taken away his blessing. He got bamboozled. He got found money. Boozled, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's Esau complaining.
And that's cool.
Hey, you can imagine Esau, he throwing a fit.
Yeah, he's throwing a I just sit there looking at him like, Drew.
If you, even with Jake, like, even in this corner world, and if they see you in a 2025, and they pull up next to them, and they in a 2014 or whatever, they gonna look at you funny because they jealous of you having a better car than them and shit. But how much more the kingdom? So they mad, man.
They gonna be mad again.
And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And he did. He had something. Verse 37. Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren
I have made him thy Lord. You'll have to serve Jacob. Go ahead.
and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do unto thee? What shall I do now unto thee, my son?
What shall I do now unto you, my son? Go ahead.
And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Just one. He's playing still, man. Just one blessing. At least I messed up. That was him basically saying he messed up. Yeah, I should have sold my purpose.
Yeah, I thought it didn't mean nothing, Pops. Well, now you know.
But one, go ahead.
But one blessing, my father, bless me, even me also.
Me.
Oh, my father.
Go ahead.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
And still, he wept even more than when he was weeping.
Yeah, but he's still gonna get rejected.
Yeah.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold.
See that that's when the Most High comes in heavy, because a man, they might be fooled by the tears. What they call it, crocodile tears. You know, so-called black women. You know, if Most High don't put them in order, they'll be in the kingdom. Given the first day, Esau, let off Esau. He served enough of his punishment. This is the only first day. So they got it. The Most High got to get their mind straight. That's why it's only the lady going. Go ahead.
And Isaac his father, verse 39, answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, he went on and blessed them with his carnal blessings, dwelling in the fatness of the earth. Like somebody said that they try to break that down another way, like it ain't materialistic stuff, it ain't the wealth of the land and all that. Imagine, like Jake say, I'm living fat. Yep. You know, he got the new Benzes, he got the new Teslas, yep. He got the new fresh land and all that. He got the new brand new houses, made out built with brick, built with marble. That's it. You know, he got the stores, he got the mansions, the castles. You know, and everywhere he go, he got a political seat, he got an embassy, he got a chair, he got an office. Even his children. Go ahead.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, just everything works in his favor, man. Like, you know, it's just raining good times on himself, man. Never had a bad day. Never had, well, you know, he's miserable now because his kingdom is falling. The 1950s was basically the end of his dwindling down of his kingdom. That's when and that's 10 years later, 15 years later, truth came out. You know, but I'm a business. Rest of the elders, you know.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
That's how he's living right now. By the sword, the military might. You can't drop that sword. You drop that, it's over. You gotta have it. That's how he talks to these nations. Well, you don't want to do what he say, we'll bond. If you don't want to do what he say, we'll come in as a SWAT team, as a cop, you know, cops or a SWAT team, whatever, militia, and we'll have our guns and we'll take them down. That's the sword. Jake don't live by no sword. He ain't talking about no nigga with a 22 or 45 or pistol grip. It ain't talking about that. It's talking about you got to power over the whole world with this military might. Go ahead.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke off from thy neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
He didn't have a time to rule. And during the Dark Ages, when Esau came back to power, little Renaissance, 1,000 years, we had almost a day, but we didn't. We didn't get there. Just like we almost lived to 1,000 years. We didn't get that. But when we get into the heaven, we're going to live eternally. We're going to have the days throughout forever eternal. So you see how the Most High lets us know, like, hey, on this side, we get cut short. Because it's an eternal side. When we get into the immortal side, the heavenly side, it's going to be a lot different. And we're going to be over Esau and another nation. Go ahead.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Tantrum, that kid tantrum. Going back to I hate you. You know, throw the candy on the floor, throw the ice cream on the floor. I want his ice cream. Our kids always want what you got in your hand. When they have the same thing, well, we got blessed too. It's just we got the better blessing. We got the overall blessing. Okay?
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Just like Cain, he actually slew Abel. Now Esau's pursuing Jacob to slay him. Same spirit. Go ahead.
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yep, slay my brother Jacob. Go ahead. That's it, right? Yeah. Go to where it says the Esau Edomites and Dukes.
This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 40. And it reads, and these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau.
This is the dukes that came from Esau. Duke is a prominent person, man. A person in a high seat. He got his dukes. Put your dukes up. He got military might, and he got a nation of his people. You know, that share the same wealth. Well, you know, mainly the elites, banking family, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. The elite figure of his people. Go ahead. Of his bloodline. Go ahead.
According to their families,
Go ahead.
after their places, by their names,
Yep.
Duke Timnah, Duke Alva, Duke Japheth, verse 41, Duke Amalabama, Duke Elah, Duke Kenan, Duke Kenaz, Duke Teman,
Those are the Germans.
yep.
Yeah.
Duke Mizbar,
If I'm not mistaken, Kenaz,
Ashkenaz.
Jews.
Yeah, Ashkenazi Jews.
But they're really Germans.
Yeah.
German tribes.
Because they Edomites because you can't be out of the descendants of Shem and out of the descendants of Japheth. And they got a son named Ashkenaz. So you can't mix both of them. You know? So either when you come out of the Shemites, you're gonna be an Esau, Jacob, or you're gonna be a Moab, whoever was in the Shemite area. But there's only one chosen people out of the Shemites, which is the Israelites. Jacob. His name was turned to Israel, and I think the 32nd chapter. So that's how we know. That's the Lord. He said he's gonna separate.
So we'll get that because it says he's a prince of power. That's what Yahawah mean. There's a scripture that says, I've seen princes walking the earth, servants on horses, princes walking on the earth. Who's walking on earth? When you sit up on a horse, that's royalty. That's a symbolism of power. We don't get that. You ain't never seen Jacob on a horse as a military. As a power.
Yep.
He might have horses, but he don't ride as a authoritative figure.
Yep. And that's why IUIC going off because they trying to make it seem like they had some type of power or something. Like we in captivity right now. Yeah. So Duke Iran, Duke MacDill. Yeah, MacDill. Duke MacDill. Yep. Nekia, Duke Iram. These be the dukes of Edom. According.
Wait. Gotta go to that show. Gotta look it up. Dukes of Hazzard. The good old boys, they call them Dukes of Hazzard. They just go around the city causing trouble. And they had the Confederate flag on it. You know, going back to the 13 colonies that colonized America, well, colonized the New World before it was called America. You know? And now you got Rome all over again. Out of the freedom families. You know,
According to their habitations in the land of their possession.
yep.
For he is Esau, the father of the Edomites.
So he got a lineage. He got a, yep.
Okay, I should say that progenitor.
Yeah. So it wasn't no just, you know, he made up. He had seed. He had son. Go to, what's that other one we was talking about? Right quick, the Confederacy. Right quick. Well, you got this one. Yeah, I got it. So he had other red people. Now they come in the form of the Dutch, the French, the Germans. Well, they on this side right here. The Russians, you know, the Greeks, the Romans, the Spaniards. Even though our people was all over that place, in those places, but we was in captivity over those places too. We did get in prominent places, like we do now. I mean, that don't mean we rule the world just because you see what's his name? Just because you see some so-called Negro figures that might be in the White House, you know, like our shopper when they used to be on the scene, just attack us. That don't mean we was ruling the world. You know? Go ahead. Right.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1.
So in every one of these countries, you'll find racism. You'll find us in ghettos. You'll find us, you know, kept back, marginalized, and then you be like, and then they wonder like, well, I'm in the UK, you know, and they look at me funny, or they look at my hair funny, and look at me, call me names and shit. Said we would be a byword among all these nations. They don't do the Jewish people like that, the small ass like that. The Jehus, they don't do them like that. They don't do these other nations like that. You know? And then you be like, damn, what is black people doing in Ukraine? Those are people that were born in Ukraine. They didn't go there from America. They were born there. They were born in Russia. They were born in Germany. That's where it said our people would be, scattered among all these nations. In high and low places. But you got some of our people that's living good. They cover all the classes. But they got good jobs. Or they work with some of these elites and stuff. Look at some of these damn rappers and shit. Or some of these actors and shit. You know? Go ahead.
Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
Hold not that peace. That means, you know, take these nations down. That's how we want, you know, ask the Father, you know, to help us. You know, He speaks through us, but the prophecies are prophesying the downfall of this wicked. We want that to come to pass. Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Tumult. Yeah.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah. They mock our power, mock his son, and mock the prophets, they mock his word. They lift up their head against Jerusalem. They said, hey, Jerusalem, these people, when their enemies pass by, they're gonna wag their head at you. Like, look at this. Is this the city of peace? You know, they in ghettos. They come from crack neighborhoods. You know, they always in trouble. Always in and out of jail. They don't have no father in the house. But who did that? Who orchestrated the wickedness in those places? You know, because the Most High always made a way for us. He always talked. He always lifted us up through this Bible. It tells you your prince of power. How you gonna believe this so-called white man's book? And it tells you you're your prince of power. No enemy tells his enemy. No man tells his enemy that he's a prince or a king. Okay.
Says they have taken crafty counsel.
Crafty counsel, witchcraft. You know, AI now. Deceitful tactics of divide and conquer. Use the Qadash against the Qadash, Negroes against the Negroes. Set it up in the form of a psychological, method, to where you be like, hey, some of them infiltrating places in the ghetto neighborhoods, they did, especially when it came to gang banging. They was the ones that's hitting up the enemy's name on the wall, making you think, oh, they hit up our neighborhood. No, that was them a lot of times. Even some of them informants now, like Whack 100 and all them, personally, personally, that's just my thing. I think IUIC, the leadership of IUIC, I think they tied into the government. Because they don't never talk about these rats, man. They don't never talk about the Jewish people. People with this great thing, they got in their childhood that you could marry a 3-year-old girl and shit. They ain't said shit to them. So it's being fishy that somehow, they've taken the bag, some form of a bag, man. Or just tied into a period. Tied into it with a period. And they don't believe in the Most High. Because if they did what it say, if they knew better, they would do better. They wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't have done it. I think Yahawashi said that himself. If they knew, they wouldn't have done it. Go ahead.
He said they have taken crafty counsel against our people.
Yeah, they take counsel now. Summits, congregations, colonies. They shared land, split land after they slaughtered people. The Dutch, the French, the Spaniards, the Crucibles.
And consulted against our hidden ones.
Consulted who the hidden ones? Israelites. Go ahead.
They have said, come.
Come for us. Go ahead.
And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation. You know what I'm saying?
That the name of Israel.
Because it ain't no nation. They say here it's a nation under one nation under God. This ain't a nation. This is a corporation. This is a business. This is a what else would you call it? This is a whole big city of enslavement.
Traffic.
City of traffic.
They say that in Ezekiel the 17th chapter, it was called a place, city of traffic.
City of lights. This is not a place. If you don't have no business as far as economic business, whatever, you don't have no. They say, well, you don't have a business being here. If you don't pay taxes, you don't have a business being here. That's why they track you down. What have you been doing? Where you live now? We don't see you on the roster of the jobs and shit. We don't see you on the board.
Said that the name of Israel.
There you go. That's how you know names are important. The name of Israel. Most High blessed us and said, no longer your name should be Jacob, and Israel shall be thy name. No more Yahawah, supplanter, but Israel, prince of power. We ain't gonna have to. That already took place. We ain't gonna have to supplant this devil. We just gonna have power to take him down. We ain't gonna have to figure out a way like, oh, thinking of chess move. Nah. Once I already said the chess came up, it's already checkmate. You know? We just waiting on the Most High to give the call. Go ahead. So that's what they want to do. How they do that? Drugs, like we said, psychological methods, frequency, frequency, have us work hard where you can't even have a day off like something deep, and then when you do have their jobs, you gotta they give you a manual or what do you call it, policies and all that, and the job instructions, and he's like, damn, I gotta put all my energy into this shit just to maintain. And if you don't, then you're gonna stay on a level to where you just a worker and shit. But what did Jake want to do? He want to move up. Like, man, I want to get. When Jake used to say, I want to be president. That shit don't matter. That shit don't work. It never did work. How many Jakes wanted to be president when they young? None of them made it. But then you say it's not fixed and shit. It's a lot of tricks that dream of being have some status like that. A dentist, a lawyer. Where's all the dentists and lawyers? You know what I'm saying? This is more brothers in the truth that's dentists than it is that we see in public in the neighborhood. We'll talk about the black community is thriving. Where the black doctors and lawyers? Where the black politicians that support black causes? Black Lives Matter, and it's a rundown place with 3 dykes moving at me. Running a place. None of Edomites. BET is not the black community thriving. Okay, yeah. That's black entertainment television. If you don't know.
That's it.
It's only entertainment. That's all it is. That does not mean that we're making it. Okay, those are the same ones that allow conscious rap to be on there. The same ones that invited Sukihana and damn Sexy Red to get some awards and shit. For being demons. Yep. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more to remember. And they want to completely wipe it out by AI. Completely wipe it out by making these draconian laws. Making a new form of school and education. A new form of, they had something called book burning in Germany. You could probably figure out why, because black people trying to read the Bible. You had the Bible Destruction Group in the 1800s. Yeah. They took out the Apocrypha. Now, like when we introduce it to our people, they think we just add stuff onto it. Yeah. This was in the scriptures. Yeah. This is already in there. Yeah. Then they be asking questions about what it is. It said, don't ask anything that's too high for you. Read the Bible first, and then ask something about the Joseph books and all that. The 7 scrolls, whatever y'all be reading. When you have a manual or something, it's a basic manual, man. All the components on the car, you don't look for another book for that same kind of car and shit, man. It's the same manual and shit. Most High is the designer of the world. He gave the manual in this book to go with what we experiencing in this world. What do you say? It's just cold or hot. It ain't no fucking in between shit. It's up or down. It's right or left. Vertical. Who's that other called? Can't see right now. Horizontal? Yeah, horizontal. It's sunrise or sunset. It's live or dead. Okay?
For they have consulted together.
The light is on or off. You don't be asking how. As long as it's on, you good. Go ahead. You said they have consulted.
They have consulted.
Shalom.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They consorted together in one consent. That's how they know that like one mind it works. Most High said that be like-minded, one mind, because that vision shit don't work. It says a house divided against itself shall not stand. Satan divided against himself. How can he, how can he stand? So they consort in what? Like they did the Tower of Babel. They said, hey, let's all come together and do this. And then the angels looking down and said, hey, let's go down and stop them because they all have one mind and it will be if we don't, paraphrase it, we don't do nothing because that's how the Lord speaks. I mean, he got it working. You come together, shit's gonna happen. That's why he said two is stronger than one, and three is not quickly broken. That's why it says every word should be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. Every word should be established. So they know what those elements mean. Being one quarter in a congregation, a house. Okay.
It says they are confederate against thee.
Oh, okay, you got the Confederate flag. You got the federal system, federal government, federation. An elite of men with the same mind. You got Rockefeller say the same thing about that the Rawchaa is saying. Other banking companies saying the same thing. They want niggas gone. They want to depopulate the earth. They want to rebuild a new world order. They want robots. And it's going to show these other how these other nations in cahoots, and they agree too. Go ahead.
So verse 6 says the tabernacles of Edom.
The so-called white man, the red man. Remember, that's the red man. But he's mentioned with these other nations, right? So how is he going to not be a man also? How is he going to be like, done away with it? He's mentioned with these other nations. They still here. And I ain't heard none from Moab or Elam or Ishmael that Esau is no longer here. He's competitive with them. When they say, nah, he died a long time ago. Literally down here, you had the Confederate nations. You had the North versus the South in the Civil War. Like they were called Confederate. And you got, the Confederate flag. All that stuff is here, man. In Babylon. So we know that's Esau, Edom, man. That's their stuff. Go ahead.
And
says in the scripture say they trap men, they lay up privy snares. They hunt that way too.
And Zaquan, what is that? And Job 21, when it was going into he said it's speaking about the wicked. How people say, where's the wicked? Where's the dwelling of the wicked? That's the thing. And he you got 2/3 they'll ask that too, like, where is he? And it goes on to say, no, you're not their tokens, but like they saw, we know they Esau just because of that, how they operate, how they do things.
We're gonna give a little bit of Joe. Go ahead.
So it says
Edom.
Yeah, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites, they did that. And the Arabs will tell you that the Ishmaelites. 7-Eleven. Yep. Ishmael, the Arabs, they got a movie called Ghost in the Darkness, where it's 2 lions, oversized lions, that based on a true story. It makes me think of Israel and Judah. But they were the Confederate men that were taking them, trying to kill the lions, the Arabs, the so-called white man, and the Africans. Even in the time of Maccabees, the Israelites were helping Edom. They were fighting the Maccabees brothers. Usually they're teaming up. Yeah. And they stood by it when it Babylon all over again. They the new Egyptians. Go ahead. The Most High already, his focus is not on he already know what he already got them, and they written in their judgment. He even said, Ethiopia shall be slain by my sword. Zephaniah, go ahead.
It says Moab,
the so-called Chinese, look at them. They used to have those shows about being karate men and being, wise in the mind and shit. And they put this streets full of salt.
Yep. And another thing, they be putting all them nail salons in the hood, man. And Jake be broke as hell, but somehow he go over there and get $200 nail salons. That's why they go over there to the hood, man.
And the clothing stuff too.
Yep.
They don't want to sell gangbanging clothes. You go get it's a convenience store, and then you got some Dickies and some some red rags, some blue rags.
They got it in there now where you can buy scales in that motherfucker, grinders, pipes. They got a whole section in there for Jake to be wicked and shit, man.
Then boys were licking all that stuff. The 7-Eleven stores are they owned by Japanese, and they be getting over on them in the stores. Jake Keller, and they know they sell blunt wraps, and then they'll sell a bag of chips for like $3-4. Get your black bag of chips and a soda, have the lunches, get your snack. Oh, that's like $10 to $12. Make ass food. And they selling Jake baked chicken. So Moab, you ain't gonna make it.
We don't eat at no Chinese and Japanese restaurants and shit. Niggas be making some extra weird shit. I had dreams about that too.
Yeah. And I know they say the Asian persuasion shit. Asians are not Chinese people. They're not Japanese people. Asia is a whole damn continent, man. And the dark nations, all the dark nations, we were all in West Asia.
And that's crazy you said it, because I had a dream like 4 or 5 months ago. Like it's like I walked into the store with somebody, and I don't know who it was, but there was a Moab in there, and he was like, "What you want?" And I was like, and I'm looking and shit, but then I like looked around the corner, and it's a bunch of like animals laying on the ground, squirming around, like barely alive and shit. There was even a little puppy laying on the ground and shit, and they were killing it and turning it into the pizza. I had a dream like that one day.
Remember that?
I had a dream like that.
Remember the Fifth Element?
All that
Chinese food with little monsters.
Yeah, I think that might even be where I had that dream. You must have watched that movie or something.
And then, it's a byword among the Chinese with us. Buy or get out. Buy or get out. That's what they say.
Wind like 16 miles an hour. Hey, they been burning. Hey, the Lord been burning up Oklahoma, man. The Lord been burning Oklahoma up. Like the other day I was riding to the plantation, and it was smoky everywhere. There's some people out here, even in our town, they barely escape their houses burning up. Yeah, the Lord burning up everything over here, man.
Fires, and then the wind blowing up the fires around.
But you remember how we've been reading about the plague? It said that a lot of the enchantments they were doing too. So some of these forests are started by Esau too, because they trying to put it in the 15-minute cities, man. That's why every place is getting burnt up, man. They're trying to set up that new world order, man.
They finding out who Esau is today.
Yep.
So when he comes, you know who he is. No excuses.
Should have been doing that.
Yeah. Red alert.
You still got a little bit. Still got a little bit on that.
Toots.
No, you still got a little bit.
I must slide. I see you put that. I thought talking about the battery. Yeah. It says Moab and the Hagarenes.
Wait, hold on.
Hagarenes.
No, before that.
No. It says of Moab and the Hagarenes.
Okay, Africans. They hate us. They got a word called Qadash. say if you ask like Godfrey and some of the Muslims, you ask them what nationality they are, they ain't gonna say African. They gonna say they're Nigerian. They got a whole different spirit than the Africans, man. Go ahead. Like we ain't gonna say we Americans and shit. We gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Jacob, why you say y'all black? Why don't y'all say y'all Americans? In America, because they know in their spirit that America is not the place that they want it to be. It ain't home. Go ahead. So you got the Africans. I'm not saying we go to the darkness. There's a part of the madness. Still is. They got the bricks. Like I say, you see Negroes in the bricks. But you see Africans in the bricks. You see Saudi Arabia in the bricks. You see Moab in the bricks. China. Why come Negroes ain't got a part of nothing? Not saying that, we know why. Not saying that would make them more powerful, but I'm just saying Jacob's the one that want to experiment and try to join power with things. Taking a chance to see, hey, maybe I can get in the political scene. Maybe I can own enough land. Maybe I can buy a city. What they say, the rappers that be getting the keys to the city, or the actors, I think they gave Denzel keys to the city, right? What does that mean? He ain't got the damn city. I think they asked somebody, a rapper, an actor, he's like, I don't even know what that fucking is, and they gave it to me. Go ahead.
It says Gebal and Ammon and Amalek.
Amalek. Let me see. Okay, Ammon the Japanese. I think all of African. But Ammon is the Japanese. They like it to Sodom. Ammon, like what they say.
And Amalek.
And Amalek, that's the main enemy of the Israelites. It ain't Amalekites. Which, if you look up the definition of Amalekites, it's linked into the Ashkenazi, Jewish people. Not really the real Jews. But Amalekite, that's one of the sons of Edom. Right? The first descendants of the Jews. So if they tied into the Jewish people, the Jewish people are Edomites. They're still here.
Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Go ahead.
Asher also joined with them.
Asher, Syrians, which they had a hand in ruling over the northern kingdom, man. And they still do today. They rich. The Arabs are rich over there. They said they got their 12 princes. They enjoy golden milk. And they shit on our women and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They send them back. I wish we trying to go to Dubai and like, cry and shit. Look what they done. We are cursed in this time right now. The blessings are in here. The blessings are within. Blessings show forth with the fruit of our mouth, which is His word that the Most High gave us. Go ahead.
They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah.
Children of Lot is more right than them. And look at what they are. They almost a superpower after Russia and America. America and Russia. They're the third superpower. So this is Confederacy that's major and way above what power we're able to have in the modern world. That's why most I said, don't worry about them. I got you. Let me help you. I'm gonna give you. I'll give you the land later. Man. Get my word in you. I'll give you the promise. have a defense system. They got a nuclear defense system that they brag on. Like, you know, they ain't never had nothing close to no nuclear defense system. Nor no defense system that's able to help our nation. Like, our people are fucked up because we don't have no. That's a whole psychological method that you gotta go in there and implement.
I ain't even know DJ on the tank. That's just the tank. DJ ain't got no damn tank. I'm just doing nuclear defenses. I'm just, we got none of that stuff.
Jay got shit like he is an empty shit. You know, pimp my ride and shit. That's some low shit, man. That ain't shit to that league. You got something?
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. And it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That lets you know, well, that should let you know in the spirit who the wicked is. Who's ruling the earth. You can't beat around the bush on that. You know? Like we said, even in the curse, it says you should go to him for the one of all things, man. To have your license. Even, hey, when did that when that was, you know, doing the 9/11 thing, those Arabs came over here. They had to get license from him to fly the planes.
Yeah. And then just thinking about it, like, you know, what it say Esau got blessed with the fatness of the earth. That's how we know who the wicked is.
Yeah, exactly.
We know who he is.
Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Who's supposed to be the judges? They even got a similar judge, similar method of their, what would you call it? An act of power when they judge a 12-man jury. And then they got the 13th as a judge. They got that from the scripture, 12 tribes of Israel and Yahawashi. So they cover the faces of the true judges, which are the saints of the Most High, and the true judge, the main judge is Yahawashi. They cover them during the time of the Renaissance, rebirth. They took the images down. Iconoclasm means destruction of the images that were hit. If you go back to the Moor days, during the Dark Ages, when a lot of us called ourselves Moors, but we were Israelites. Moor just means dark man. We had our emblems up and just like, you know, our bus up, and we had gates that showed our coats of arms and all that. That showed our figures and stuff. You can look it up. They got a book they call Coats of Arms, the Black Coats of Arms, I think. Coats of Arms that were black people. So, and hieroglyphs and things of that nature are art. And you know how Jake do. Jake is the only people that, if you go to his house, he got his whole family up on the wall and shit.
Even with a lot of sculptures and stuff in Rome,
sculptures.
The sculptures, they was cutting the noses off.
The Diocletian, the black men, bust of black men. Those Diocletian and 3 more others, man. I have to get them like memorably, one day. But
Sometimes we remember them, and then, you know, we'll go into a whole bunch of other stuff. So,
but we do remember five good emperors, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Aurelius, Autonomous, Pius, I think. Yep.
Said the 5 good.
Yeah. You got Marcus Aurelius.
You got Hadrian,
Trajan, and
Hydra. I always get them at Trajan, Hydra, Nerva.
Septimius Severus was a change. So, you know, they covered the covered cash. They covered up all that knowledge and all that could have been exposed in these schools. That could have been taught in these schools. They teach about African enslavement. I mean, they teach about enslavement like we the Africans. They lied about that, so they covered up our history. And they covered up the judges. Go ahead.
If they cover the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is it?
If not this
this man, if he didn't do it, where is he? Moab had no history of covering it up. They even tell you themselves that they paid to have this stuff to cover it up. So, yeah, he's like a guy. He run like where it says the seed of the wicked. The wicked has a seed. They act like the wicked gets to be, you know what I'm saying? You can have a man that do wicked things. It says, among my people I found wicked men. That don't mean they are the wicked. You know?
They just wicked.
They just wicked.
Articles too.
Because what it said, warn the wicked, that he may turn from his way. But the Most High made the wicked day of evil. The wicked can't turn away from his wickedness. He says, you can come and not make us crooked things straight.
Yep.
Go ahead.
What you said? The seed of the wicked.
Yeah, the seed of the wicked. When it says they're safe from harm, they grow up and establish before your eyes. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
What chapter is that? Job 18.
I think it's 18. Shalom, brothers on the coming boys. Shalom, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Water for tuning in, man. Because you know these Christians want to play, you know. They want to play any, mini, mighty, mo, man. Job, right? Yeah. Job 18. Chapter 18. Yeah. Where the wicked,
I knew this is what you're talking about. This is Job chapter 24 or 21, verse 7. And it reads, wherefore do the wicked live?
Wicked live. They talking about the wicked. We talked about that in Job 9:24. The wicked earth is given to the hand of the wicked. It says even in Daniel, after Daniel, when it talks about after Alexander Greek rule, there came out a wicked root, a Seleucid empire. So these are wicked men, you know, and they sowing wickedness upon the earth, man. That's why you can commit adultery, idolatry, you know, sodomy here, bestiality here. That's wickedness, you know, witchcraft, wickedness. Everything they into. Go ahead.
Become old.
They become old. You got the Rawchaa. They was old as hell and shit. Jim Carter and shit. I didn't even know he was still alive. He was 100 years old. Trump is like what, 80 years old? I mean, they and it's gonna tell you why. Go ahead.
Yea, are mighty in power.
They're mighty in power.
Verse 8. Their seed is established in the sight with them.
They seed is established. They seed got bank accounts just like they do. They seed got take an average house of an Edomite, and they got 3 children. All their children got cars and shit. All their children be successful when they grow up, unless they get on drugs. A lot of Edomites get on drugs. I'm just saying. If they did it, they still stable. You know? They just be staying with
house on drugs. They let that be a black person's house. He's on the streets, homeless, parents drinking, they all fucked up. Adoption agencies, what do you call it? 12-step programs and shit. Jail, penitentiary. Go ahead.
Their seed is established. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
Right before the eyes. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Their houses are safe from danger.
That's why they grow old. They go to some of these suburb houses and get their peers from. No gunshots. No, you don't even think they home. You like, are they on vacation? A lot of times they do. And they take like a month vacations and shit. They got the moolah, the money. All their warehouses and companies and corporations are built off the sweat and the blood of slaves. Even to this very day, in our captivity, they use our labor for their machine world, for their industrial world.
Their houses are safe from fear.
Yep, safe from fear. Not Jake, though. Jake got to worry about drive-bys without living another 20 children. Making up the plot. Jake wants to sell them, and then get popped because he got the wrong color on, got the wrong name tatted in his head, got the wrong tattoo on, got the wrong shoes on, got the wrong hat on, got a gold chain. Like, hey, we gotta get that for that chain. Not them though. Go ahead.
Neither is the rod of the Most High upon them.
Not the rod of the Most High is not on them. Meaning they're not chastised because they're bastards. Give me that scripture right quick. It says, the lot of the wicked shall not rest on the lot of the righteous. That's on purpose too. Because Israel ain't right. Once Israel get right, they going down. They going into slavery. They get wrong. Now they look like the white people. They're not right. So it's easy for them to look like the good guys. Got it.
Psalms 125, verse 3, it says, for the rod of the wicked
Go ahead.
shall not rest
Go ahead.
upon the lot of the righteous.
Upon the lot of the righteous, unless what?
Lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
That's why the rod of Esau is iniquity. That's why it says Hosea 14, Israel return to power, paraphrasing, because thou hast fallen by the hand of your iniquity. You have fallen by your iniquity.
Lord is starting to judge them because the remnant of his seed is turning away from iniquity. So now they're getting judged. That's why we get the houses burned down all over the place. Hurricanes, tornadoes, destroyed neighborhoods. Some of these rich people's neighborhoods.
Edomite bombs now.
LA fires, all that.
You got the happy Edomite. So-called the Edomite woman. She ain't with the Edomite man. She's leaving him to go to Jake. Their families are broken up now. A lot of their families. They're on drugs. They were a great part of this opioid epidemic as the abusers and all kind of other drugs. No? Go ahead. Start to close out. I got some okay. Yeah, so it's a song called "If You Don't Know Me by Now, You'll Never." If you don't know Esau by now, you'll never know.
You're going to know whenever Jacob trouble comes. You're going to know.
Yeah, that's
what it is.
Most High going to turn this Edomite back into the caveman. You don't know him. All you black women, so-called black women that's with Edom, he can do some things too, man. Some harmful things too. You know about them extra. gonna come get you. His kids are the Chucky doll. You know how bad Chucky was and shit. You know. Go ahead. You got some articles, man. Hopefully that was edifying though, man. You know, there's a lot more we could have put.
Yeah, it's saying
They called themselves rednecks. They call themselves because they have their red, not because they have no red championships or a hat or something like that. And they call themselves Rawchaa. That means red shield, red child. They know they didn't eat the mice. Yeah. And I think Elder Muhammad, he did a video called Freedom Day. He had the book too. He was explaining the book, and he said, I mean, that book went from, if I'm not mistaken, $100 or whatever, a couple to thousands and shit. Cause they don't want nobody to purchase that book. Then they got a book called The 13th Tribe, meaning if they were the Israelites, they would be if they were really the Israelites, they would have to be a 13th tribe. So they know, they own people, though. They own, a lot of the Jewish people are coming out saying that we are the real people. So you call it between the whole rock and the, what they call it, hard rock and a tough place, something like that. That's on you.
it says Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo leads to wave of bank closures in the last 5 weeks. It's been a lot of seas and a lot of different rivers and stuff turning blood red. You know, it's kind of symbolic, just showing the bloodshed that's about to come on the earth. Going in, they had one place that was raining. It was raining red. Yeah. And it said, that was on the Passover. Red State donating Trump Bibles to classrooms to make America pray again. Now they trying to pray again. They're making it great again. They see it's not going great, so now they trying to pray again for it, and it ain't gonna work. Yeah. They're gonna get mocked up.
So what is that? Jeremiah, he said, "Come and let us heal."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to save mom and everything.
Yeah. Try to put some women on that shit. Try to put some Neosporin on that motherfucker. It ain't gonna work. Trump attempts to use 18th century law to allow fans to enter homes without a warrant. Coming at martial law. Thousands of bottles of Benadryl were called due to child poisoning risk.
Oh, they changed the deportation thing too, right? He said he denied something. Signed a bill, but that I would have to read it.
Yeah,
There's something to do with the immigrants.
It's another one. Be careful. Don't be going out to these clubs and stuff. It says influencer found dumped on the road with severe injuries after we buy party. Some women just got thrown out on the road. Well, real ass out there. Yeah. And it says,
watch these damn women too, because they killing their kids rapidly now, man. Like throwing them out the window, dragging them, shaking the babies, getting revenge on the man by kidnapping the baby and then harming the baby.
You got the last one. Germany and Britain issue warnings about traveling to America because they know it's going to get hot, man. It's going to be controversy between these nations, and also Canada. Canada's been at peace with America for a long time, and they sanctioning this place right now. They put 25% tariff on all electricity components that come from Canada. And Trump is doubling down and charging them 50%, whatever they get. So it's definitely about to, the conflict is going to rise throughout this year.
can't get around that, man.
Yeah, he said he created the wasted in the strip.
It's best that we can do. So we just want to see what's going down. We're still third month, you know, going into the first still early again. You know, hopefully everybody does instruction and judgment on Esau. You know, so we know who Esau is. You know, we know he's the red man. It's not our brothers, the so-called Native Americans, the Qadash. We know they even call themselves red. You know, we went through the scriptures, we went through the story with you. So hopefully, you know, our brothers, of course, know, but anybody else that tunes in, man, and you know, all them people getting exposed in camps and bearing false witness, you know, you already know how the judgment of the Most High works. You know, so that's coming too. Anyway, giving all praises again to Yahawah,
Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash.
Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstones. No salutations, brothers, teaching word. OK-LA-Homa, OK-LA-Homa, contrite spirit, return back to the Most High blessing. Hope y'all, you know, edified. Hope it was a good one for y'all because, you know, like I said, it's more information that we brought out about Edom. That we could have went into the dragon, the red dragon, could have went into the Roman Empire, could have went into the horses, you know, hell horse, the red horse. But, you know, we'll soon get those, you know, we'll soon come out. Anyway,